From Ricky loving Lucy to Betty being ugly.
She ain't ugly, man. I don't know why they call her Ugly Betty. She's a fine little girl.
To Dora exploring.
Dora and Manny are blowing it up. If you're actually real flesh, it's hard to get a job.
The Latino presence on TV is undeniable. But is it enough? It's time for class. It's time for Latino 101. Substitute Professor Jenkins. Professor Garcia got some bad arroz con frijoles, and let's just say his new nickname is Mutt Butt. Brown images have been on TV since the days of black and white, and they aren't going anywhere.
I grew up watching I Love Lucy.
Speedy Gonzalez.
El Chapulín Colorado.
You know what? We used to watch El Chavo del Ocho mucho.
And then all the other whitey shows.
You know, it's not that I was looking for Latinos, but when I started seeing people who looked like me, I was like, what?
Like, you know, Chico and the Man. All I knew was the man was bad.
That old man was always bagging on Chico. There's sometimes he would go into a scene, hey, Chico, get out of here, take your flies with you.
And it was good because I related with a Latino.
You know why I always wanted it to be one in Family Matters, but there never was a Latino character in there? With Urkel? He needed a Latino sidekick. That would have been great. Imagine that. Call him Hector. Or something, just helping out Urkel, you know? Did I do that? You did, dog. Clean it up.
Desi and more than just that crazy redhead white girl's husband. Lucy, swing it this way.
Mr. Babaloo!
He was a star, he was a producer. I mean, he was the one who formulated the whole three-camera shoot that sitcoms are still done by, you know, and he owned the rights and everything.
They didn't even give him any credit for, I don't think they did. It was the I Love Lucy show. So you don't realize, yo, this dude was Cuban, dude, Cuban.
I don't even think I processed that he was Cuban. Just, must be some white guy with dark hair and a heavy accent, because how could he be on TV?
Desi Arnaz would have to be one of Latin America's greatest stars in television because of his persistence, his creativity, his musical talent, and his plan to marry a white woman.
He was a Cuban in the 50s. You know what I'm saying? With a white woman. That is gangster.
They had separate beds, but little Ricky didn't come from the store.
I did used to watch I Love Lucy, which proves to everybody, once and for all, white women don't just date black guys. They will date Latinos, too.
They should have had a Cuban that looked like me, though. Lucy, get your ass over here. Smack that little flat white 50s ass.
Los shows. Yeah, there was a few. I think there was like 4 or something.
New York Undercover was not undercover. Most of the guys, you knew they were cops, and you knew they were drunks, and you knew they were criminals.
The brother and the Puerto Rican dude. Yeah, remember his name was Michael De Lorenzo. Had them big old giant fish eyes. Girls like fish eyes. He was good looking, man. I thought I was gay, though, every time that show came out, so I was like, I had to stop watching it, you know what I mean? I thought I was undercover for a second.
He was like the only Puerto Rican on TV. But he was too emotional for a cop. He was always sad. Oh, my God, I can't believe he's dead. Cops don't do that.
Ugly Betty. She ain't ugly, man. I don't know why they call her Ugly Betty. She's a fine little girl. She's getting better.
She's cute. Little braces on, glasses.
Oh, she's hot, but she's ugly? What is that? Come on. It's like you're saying you're fat and you're skinny.
What's her name, America? What if she was born in Nigeria? Nigeria, come over here, girl.
Ugly Betty is a wonderful show. I'm a big fashion guru. See this shirt?
I love Ugly Betty. I do. It's like roadkill. You don't want to look at it, but you're like, oh, but she's so cute ugly. She's got those braces, and she's successful. Only on TV.
Oh, Ugly Betty. Oh, is she Latino? Really? I didn't even know that.
Her sister's like the ghetto New York girl with a son who's gay. That happens in every Latino family.
Ugly Betty's Latino. In real life, she's Latino, not in the show, right?
George Lopez, his show has probably the biggest head on television. I don't care how much weight he's lost. His head didn't lose weight.
I like the George Lopez show. I think he's doing a great job. Carlos Mencia does a great job taking Lopez's jokes.
Dave Chappelle had to go crazy in order for Carlos Mencia to get a show. And Dave Chappelle was like, I'm not wearing a dress. And Carlos Mencia was like, I'll wear a dress, I'll wear pumps, I'll wear lipstick, I'll wear anything you want. Just give me a show.
I love the Alma Awards. I feel like I could win one. You got 3 winning every year. The Alma Awards. Okay, let me get one. You just raise your hand. You can have one too.
I'm a big fan of the Dog Whisperer.
The Dog Whisperer's a Latino. Since when do we whisper to dogs? We don't even like them. Like, we get a dog, we tie him up in the backyard, let him starve.
For the first time, Latinos are learning to calm their voice down, and that's how dogs are listening. I've never heard anybody whisper to their dog, "Hey, perro!" He's asleep. Now, if you go up to him politely, maybe he would respond to you.
If I was a dog, I want to belong to a white person. Because they let their dog sit shotgun. I like Ames. I don't want to eat no leftover food. Because a lot of times there's nothing left over.
Oh, dog whisperer. What is the dog gonna say? Ruff, ruff?
He just whispers into, don't go anywhere near Asian restaurants.
Animated Latino cartoon characters. Who knew you could draw in Spanish?
We have Speedy Gonzalez.
He just threw in a couple of words here and there, you know? Ándale, ándale, arriba, arriba.
Jetsons. Dude, we're the Latinos in that one. There's not one Latino in that whole thing. Rosie the maid, she had a Jersey accent. No Mexicans in Jersey.
In voiceover, I can be anything. I can be Rocco from Australia. I can be Mr. Weed on the Family Guy. I do Felipe on Handy Money. Oh, I can do Imani.
Dora the Explorer.
Dora's cool. She get her little Spanish on.
All those cartoons and animation shows that are being set up to teach kids how to speak Spanish are teaching them like they had Down syndrome. Hola, Diego. That means hello.
Now you can yell at little white kids in front of their mom in Spanish and the mom doesn't even know.
I wish they would have had Dora the Explorer when I was growing up. They didn't have Dora the Explorer.
She's great. I think for cartoons, she's like the best cartoon for little kids. I can't even say anything negative about Dora. I love Dora. I wish I was Dora. I would wear the backpack. I'd be nice. It'd be good times. I'd be a girl. I'd be an ugly girl, but I'd be a girl.
My nephew is like, loves Dora. He's like, I took him to Legoland and he saw Dora and he's like, ah!
Dora and Manny are blowing it up. If you're actually real flesh, it's hard to get a job.
Latino 101 will be right back. Latino 101 is about to begin. Spanish TV. It's full of dwarves, dirty fat men, and big breasts. It's like my house on a Saturday night.
I think I got 5 English channels and the rest is Spanish. And I say the rest like 50 of them, eh?
I think that's half the damn cable.
It's more fun to watch Spanish television because it's more animated, because there's all these beautiful colors, everything's always bright, there's always boobs, and then big fat men.
Some of it is pretty out there.
Spanish TV enslaved more little people than Willy Wonka.
It's pretty cartoonish. I mean, it's very brash and loud.
Bells, whistles, boobs, fat men, waha.
Fireworks.
Who's in charge of what do they call it, the censorship? Who do that for them? I don't think they have it.
Probably because the FCC doesn't have a clue. Now, we do it, no one pays attention, probably because no one is paying attention to us.
Because the mamacitas be out there with the whoop ups, with the tight belts under the ooh.
Spanish television late at night, you know, your mom goes to sleep and you wake back up and you go back and you turn the TV on and you put it real low because you know you're gonna see some kind of booby action at some point.
Then I'd hear the door to my mom's bedroom would open up. I'd turn the TV off so the room would go black again. She could see right into the dark.
Remember El Gordo Porcel, the Argentinian fat dude with all the chicks? Oh, thank you so much. Like, he helped me through puberty, like you cannot believe.
The old man with young little darlings and stuff, so it's very interesting, you know?
Go to bed, I know you're there.
And the thing about El Gordo Porcel is that they will have the same joke over and over in every episode, every night. That's comedy. It's like, you write one joke and just live it out. You know, ask Chespirito.
The genius of Chespirito. Really? Chespirito? Really?
Chespirito is a genius. Oh, it's not stupid. I like it. Wait, I'm stupid. Okay, yeah, Chespirito was a genius. His audience is stupid.
He actually studied Shakespearean acting. He went to a lot of method schools, and then that's what his life became. At least he wasn't a bee, you know.
A skinny dude in a red suit. That's what we had as a superhero. El Chapulín Colorado. Really? The grasshopper that was red?
What grown-ass man gets himself in that tight little costume?
And look at us. Do we look skinny? Look. We look diabetic.
Aquí estoy sentado. El Chavo del Ocho. I used to love that show. It was like such a creepy, morbid thing, but it was like these adults dressed as little kids, like, se quiere queriendo.
They never grew up. I don't know. It's creepy. It's like you're 45 and you look like a child. Stay home. That's stop.
El Chavo del Ocho, that's just our subconscious mind working towards the fact that we still want to marry 14-year-olds.
¿Por qué? Déjame, compadre. No, mija.
My mom, she Married my dad when she was 14, and look at me, I turned out okay.
Spanish language news, full of violence, drama, and lots of ass. And that's just in the newsroom.
Spanish language television is scary, you know what I mean? Because their news, they show everything. I mean, imagine being 8 years old and you gotta go to sleep for school tomorrow and you just witnessed a corpse with no head.
There are stories of reporters going to the scene of a murder and kind of like, can you move the face around a little bit so we can get a better shot?
The reporter's got his foot on the body and everything. Aquí estoy, Alejandro de la Cruz de la Rosa, aquí de Tijuana. Back to you, my friend.
If a gunfight would break out while the reporter was on scene, it was not unheard of for the reporter to pull out a gun and start firing back.
We are dramatics. You have to get to people that way. You can't be like, oh, so there was a murder on 12th Street this evening, blah, blah, blah. Like, this guy completely died. Completely, everybody came out, the stores all closed, and it was like, there was a rain hanging over the world.
Primer Impacto is like 60 minutes, but everybody dies every minute. If you see somebody murdered on Primer Impacto, it's happening as you're watching. That's what people don't understand. If I'm watching that and go, ay, apa, my dad will probably go, stop it.
Spanish news it's news, reported by models.
This is what you see in Spanish language television.
They look immaculate. They look great.
Y ahora para el reportaje que viene del barrio de Downtown Los Ángeles.
Former Miss Universes telling you the news.
Le cortamos a Carlos Gómez.
And some random, Latino guy with a mustache.
Donde viene un trágico accidente en el 101 South.
Is that necessary?
The newscasters. All of them. Channel 2, Channel 3, Channel 4, the weather girl, everybody.
I think we missed the breast thing, so you want to do that again?
This part of the show was censored by CTV's Comedy Control.
Is that necessary?
Spanish soaps. The only time two sisters fight over the same man and the dude's their cousin.
Novelas.
That's the last bastion for melodrama.
That's overacting combined with Botox, combined with too much makeup.
If we did, like a Spanish soap opera with the Barbies, it would be like, I hate you, I hate you. Why do you do this to me? Because you told me you love me.
Women love this, they live for this. They relate to it, they understand it.
The women, their hips are all over the place, and when they get mad, their eyes light up like, I don't know, some kind of demonic creature, and they're just like,
I love that every woman is named Maria. Maria, Maria. It's just so dramatic. I love it so much because you really don't need to say anything. You just have to.
I'm going to throw all your stuff out now. Boom, boom, throw it out. I hate you, I hate you.
Sin senos no hay paraíso. Si tú me lo enseñas, yo te lo corto.
And in Spanish telenovelas, they just keep going, and people die and then come back to life.
I like watching novelas now with my grandmother. One time I'm over her house and we're watching, and there was a grandmother who was on TV on her deathbed. I hope she doesn't die in this episode. And all of a sudden I hear, boo! I'm like, oh my God. She goes, pues, la semana que viene sale en otra.
Every tragedy is in a low cut top and short dress.
Buenos dias!
Mija, look into my eyes. I'm looking. Kiss me now. No! You kiss me. No! Kiss me.
And now it's time for Learning Espanol with Godfrey, the world's premier African-American Spanish language instructor. My heart.
Mi corazón.
Gracias, Godfrey.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you so much.
Don't cut class. Latino 101 will be right back. Latino 101 is about to begin. Anyone around here speak television?
I watch movies with my friends all the time that are Spanish, and then I see the subtitles and they're wrong, and then nobody ever believes me because nobody can ever really prove it.
When I look at the Spanish channel, I'm looking at it. That's it, like, looking. Ain't nothing cracking in the brain, just looking at it.
Telemundo is amazing. Telemundo shows everybody if you have enough cleavage, you don't need subtitles. Boobs are the international language.
I can't even get down with the I think it's the
I don't even know what syllable that is.
Advertisers cater to Latinos because of their huge buying power and need to watch commercials.
There are ridiculous examples of commercials for Latinos.
¿Quieres café?
Ta-da. Carl's Jr. commercial, and she's like singing, and these guys are like putting her up like this, like into the camera. The American one is just he just bites it, and it just like comes gross on him, and they're like, buy it now. But ours just has to be like, eat a burger, eat the burger today. Hey!
I've seen a lot of commercials on Telemundo where they bounce up and down with the product, but they don't realize that I don't understand what the product is. I think they forget that they don't have these Latino products in the white person's supermarket. What the Latinos should do is just copy white people products. Instead of Frosted Flakes, you know, they should have Tan Flakes or something, right?
Bootleg TV. Why come up with a good idea when you can just steal it?
Spanish TV, honestly, they suck. They're horrible. The shows look like they were taped 50 years ago.
And they use the same original equipment, you know? It's like you go visit your grandma. It's like, Grandma, is that the same blender that was invented? It has one button, and it's missing. Still works. Let me get that knife and just...
They just wait for America to come out and go, let's copy that.
I know we bootleg a lot of stuff, but Bailando por un Sueño, and they make it so dramatic. Have you seen it? Maria. Te quedarás.
You have your Jerry Springer. I think you got Christina. What's her name?
At the end of the show, Christina wiggles her thumb to say goodbye. At the end of her show, I'm wiggling something to saying, come here, pretty lady.
Aquí con nosotros.
It's them that take it from us, too, like that Operation Repo. You know what I mean? Where they got that chola, they'll take your car, and then you don't give it to them. They bring the chola out, and you go, okay, here's the keys.
Una vez más. And it's like, really? It took half an hour for you to answer the question?
Ugly Betty, yeah, look at Ugly Betty. That's copycat from who? Yeah, see, from who?
And my mom's eating this thing. Mijo, ¿viste? Maria is gonna stay. Like, come on, Mom, it's all fake. Maria's the producer.
Latino TV celebrities are like crazy relatives. They're everywhere, but you ain't gotta love them.
The best Latino actor, that Taco Bell Chihuahua dog.
Eric Estrada should stop. You know it's the end of your career when you're doing infomercials in the middle of Washington to sell land where nobody lives. I'm waiting for a bear to just come out of the woods and tackle him.
Eric Estrada, man, that guy is selling houses now on TV. Eric,
My favorite Latino actors is named Edwin San Juan.
Who isn't into Mario Lopez? Men, women, children, animals?
I don't like Mario Lopez. You cannot be that famous, that successful, and that good looking, unless you're gay.
I believe he gets laid a lot. So he's my hero, just for that reason alone.
Yeah, he's my hero. I have posters all over my house of him.
Mario Lopez, I mean, it was nice to see a Latin person in there, but Saved by the Bell, that show sucks.
Mario Lopez, he goes to my gym, and the guy's a bully. I was pulling in one time, and I took his spot. He's like, hey, man, move your car. I'm like, only if you call me Preppy.
I like all the Latino actors that are part Filipino, like Lou Diamond Phillips, Edward James Olmos, because he's almost Filipino.
I'm a huge fan of Edward James Olmos.
He wins all the Almo Awards every year. You can have one, too.
I love the guy. I mean, I know the guy like the back of my hand. He was great in Young Guns. That's not him, that's the other, no, that's...
Wilmer Valderrama, that's Mario Lopez's sister. It's not even Wilmer, it's Wilma. Good-looking girl, too. Don't tell him I said that. He might scratch me.
Wilmer Valderrama hosted probably the worst show on television. All of a sudden, he went from the 70s show to being in some kind of a gang.
Those two guys, Mario Lopez and Wilmer Valderrama, I think they banged everyone in L.A. I think they banged me once.
And now it's time for a pop quiz. Who is the best animated character on TV? A, Dora, B, Manny, or C, Wilmer Valderrama? Find out when class returns. Latino 101 is about to begin. The pop quiz question was, who is the best animated character on TV? The answer is C, Wilmer Valderrama. That boy is drawn to perfection. Oops, probably shouldn't have said that. More Latinos need to be in front of and behind TV cameras.
You know, one thing that's weird is that on Spanish TV, there's only white Latinos and fat guys. I mean, I win a little bit, but still, you know.
It's ridiculous. We all play the same thing, either a drug dealer, a cop, and if we're in any kind of horror movie, we get killed in the first 10 seconds of the movie.
Honestly, one of the reasons is because there's so many different types of Latinos, nobody knows what to do. You know, I think Hollywood, like, do I put a sombrero on them? Do I put tap dancing shoes?
There's 15.4% of Latinos in America now, and we haven't even seen that percentage of people on TV yet.
They really believe because there's Spanish television, like, well, that's their stations.
And then when they do show Mexican people on Telemundo, they're the ones on the talk shows that are like, yeah!
A lot of people get offended by stereotypes. I just laugh because they're true. It's like, if they weren't true, then you wouldn't get offended because the truth hurts. Stereotypes are like what defines us, and we need to embrace stereotypes. You know, like I embrace cuteness.
They were all criminals in Oz. There were white guys, there were black guys, there were Latino guys. It was all, everybody was a prisoner. It was about prison.
Speedy Gonzalez was like the original animated Mexican Spanish character. Sounds like a stereotypical Latin guy to me, just like, done.
I always thought the controversy about the Chihuahua and it being stereotypical was just ludicrous and ridiculous. And I couldn't say anything because I wanted to keep my job.
I'm not that kind of a Latino actor that says, I'm not gonna take this role because this is what he is. If I find the character interesting, then I'd like to go for it.
When I go for on-camera auditions and my name is Carlos, sometimes they look at me and go, oh, you're too white.
We can be as white as Cameron Diaz, as black as Sammy Sosa, and Latinos, we just have sex with everyone.
What Latino stereotype offends me? The one that doesn't let us get away from the service industry.
It's this great little role, and it's so-and-so's daughter. You know her. Yeah, he's a huge star. Well, she's never acted and she's never directed, but she's directing this. She wants you to audition for her. Wow, okay, great. It's a maid. And I have to audition for it? Yeah, and it's 4 lines.
I don't blame Hollywood. I used to, but I don't blame them anymore. I blame ourselves. Because if you don't like the way something's being written about you, well then, you write yourself. First you gotta write white. Once you get in, and now they respect your writing, now you can sneak in the way Latinos really are.
It's up to us as Latinos, and I think, you know, just me being here is a stride towards there being more of us and more equal representation in terms of the part that we play in everyday American culture, you know?
Dude, I love Saved by the Bell. Here comes Mario Lopez, you know, they took down the white kid friend and gave him a Mexican friend. Magic. There's that one episode where Mario Lopez found out he was Chicano and he tripped out. That was a funny episode. He's like, yeah, Zach, I'm Chicano. Really? I thought you were Italian. He went to a MedChai meeting and he got tripped out. That was a funny episode. I was all proud. That's why I went to college. That was a genius show, man. God, I'm getting all steamy. Should make a movie? Yeah. They should make a movie, man. It would be like a different version of Walkout, except everyone stays inside because Zach came up with a better plan. The one that worked the hardest was Kelly. She had 2 jobs. You know, the other one was always coked up trying to figure out how to write tests. And Zach was over there trying to, you know, come up with plans to steal his dad's money and his big old... Remember that big cell phone? Dude, can you hear him now? Why are we talking about this? Why are we talking about Saved by the Bell for like half an hour? Let's move on to Silver Spoons.